Well, it appears I screwed up. I thought I did everybody stable. Then Kelly messaged me this morning, it's Monday morning, and said, hey, Anthony, don't see Harry's burn. I see Harry's burn in my videos, but it won't upload. Not being a technical person, I decided, hey, you know what? I'll just redo the video. So, when it comes to Harry's barn, like everybody else's barn, they had a ton of horses over to Mohawk. I think Harry had 5 horses over to Mohawk the other day to train. Now, he did come to me afterwards, said, listen, 5 I took over are going to need at least one more trip over to Mohawk. He said, I thought they were a little more ready than they were. He said, obviously, with being off 6-7 weeks and not being able to go those fast miles at Mohawk, might need another week. No point in rushing now that they're here. And I said, well, you're right. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, how's everybody else's horses ready? Who's to say they are? And who's to say, sure, you could go maybe a mile in 2 minutes on a nice day at Classy Lane, a bigger track. But when it comes to an icier, a harder, when it comes to a half-mile track in the middle of the winter, a farm track, do you really want to be going fast miles? I think you're just poking the bear if you try and do that, and made no sense to me. I think everybody did exactly what they needed to do. We got back the first opportunity we were able to get back, hopefully. And other people had said, well, why is Tanzanite Tricks ready? I trained Tanzanite Tricks in 2.5. That's borderline as fast as you can go at our track in the wintertime. It was a nice day. The track was in good shape. I went out. It was just a matter of circumstances. I trained her in 2.5, and I come in and said, gee, she feels really good. Track's a little short. That might have been 2.7, but she's in a maiden at London, right? So it made much more sense that Tanzanite Tricks can go and race this Wednesday than Can't Muscle Me. And there's not even qualifiers yet for some of these horses. Can't Muscle Me has never raced, so no, she can't race. But there's no qualifiers till next week. So Harry had asked to train them all a little bit extra. So did Kevin. So did Jason. And so did Mario. Now, Mario did say a couple of his were ready to go. Again, a maiden-type situation. Those horses were ready to go, so they'll race next week. So let's get to Harry's barn, talk about what's up with Harry's barn. Brilliant Corners, trained great on Saturday. He continues to do well. Harry said, I'm just going to train him a lot in 25, then put him in the bike and go in 210. Now, I'm going to explain why. Last year, Brilliant Corners was completely out of his mind. You couldn't do anything with him right up until racing. Now, once we got him racing, he would jog quietly. Training, you had to watch yourself. You could go a slow mile. So when you're going with these horses, you can let them float along 4 even quarters and keep them contained. But some horses, like Brilliant Corners, when you start them up, it's game on. That high speed state that they're at, it's hard to contain them. So they can go a quarter in 28, so they want to. You can keep them contained and go a quarter in 34, 35, but once you put that whip over their tail or chirp to them, it's game on. And I don't want to see that come back out with this horse. He had a rough childhood training down to the races. The fact that he was as good as he was, when he was as good as he was still incredible in my mind. And Brilliant Corners, a nice colt. I think Harry's got him in the right frame of mind. He'll be ready to go first part of April. Canadian Titan, as I said last week, got a clean bill of health from the vet, Dr. McKee, when she went up. It's Monday morning. Give me a break here. Canadian Titan went up to the veterinarian, got a clean bill of health, got a little vet work done just to make sure, because she did have issues when she was 3. She did her lower knees, put adequate polyglycan in her lower knees, and then I believe she did her lower hocks, where she would be loading a lot of that stress. Smart move. She's training down now and has looked great, and has been training for a little while. I had said we were getting her up to the vet. We finally did, and she's fine. Can't Muscle Me, 2.7 or 2.8 the other day. 2.7, I believe, was very good. I had trained her in 2.4 the week before the lockdown started at Christmas time. I thought she was great. Very happy with Can't Muscle Me and the way she has come forward. I think she's going to be a nice filly for us. I hope. We will see here in the coming weeks. Captain's Made, 2.7 again. I didn't really care. I told Harry. I didn't tell Harry. I only wanted her ready for March 1st anyway, so there's no rush. Take your time. That's what I wanted her ready for anyway. So She went in 2.7. She'll be back going probably a mile in 2.3, 2.4 this week at Mohawk. Don't believe me, just watch. Is not at Harry's Barn. What the hell am I doing here? Get your shit together, Anthony. Girls of Swirls is. She went over and trained in 2.7 again. Needed another training trip to get with it. She'll be, let me see. She will be needing one more training trip and then qualifying right away. No free lunch. Again, April 1st type thing for no free lunch. He had a great year last year, training down good. There's been no real interruptions for him training down. So should be mid-March, end of March, first part of April for no free lunch. Stacy Hanover continues to train down good. Now, I thought she was one of the horses that went to the track. No, she had a splint cryo last week. We had her up to the vet. Vet gave her a clean bill of health. Very rarely you can get to the vet and not have any work done. None. It's not very often you can go there and come out. The only thing that Dr. McKee had said to me was her feet were a little sore. So we're going to keep an eye on that. If we have to change her footwear, fine. I think we can probably manage right now without doing that just yet. Sweet Ambitions 2.7 again. She's ready to go, but she needs one more training trip. She'll get that, and then off to the races. Tipsy in Dixie, training down good again in that April group. And Trafalgar. Now Trafalgar is coming back in today. I'm going to go pick her up this afternoon, and she'll start back jogging right away at Harry's Barn. Shoes on tomorrow, and full speed ahead. So I will talk to you guys soon. That is Harry's Barn. My apologies for the screw up. 100% my fault, or 100% my phone's fault, but it's all fixed now.